Hello, everybody. Welcome to a very special live stream. Today we are mute that. Today we are looking at the very first physical carts. There was two here. I've got one plugged into the system of Ghostbusters Ultimate Edition. Now, supporters of the campaign, you should already have your ROM version, your digital version. But the cartridge, because they were pushing so close to the limit of what the carts can handle, they had to do a little bit of compression, just some digital magic. There's nothing missing from the game. But I was asked if I could test it and just make sure everything was still working. I've been testing it all week, but as kind of a final test, I thought, hey, let's go live. Let's share this with everyone. So if you're a campaign supporter, yes, physical cart is being worked on. Mine doesn't have a label yet or anything like that. As some of you may or may not know, I am the voices in this game. There are something like 20 voices in it. So I was going to get a free copy, and this is that free copy. But I also wanted to support the campaign, and so I ordered an additional copy, and that's the one that's plugged into my Intellivision right now. Now, this version of Ghostbusters does utilize the IntelliVoice. It does utilize the ECS, which is a edition. Long before the Sega Tower of Power, we had the Intellivision Lane of Pain. And so that I've got my Intellivision 2, I've got my ECS plugged into it, and then I've got my whatchamacallit, IntelliVoice plugged in it way at the end, so it's super long. This will play without them, but the ECS adds more sound channels, and the IntelliVoice obviously adds the voice. So I am testing it with all of that. I've tested them with just the Intellivision and the ECS. I've tested them with just the Intellivision and the IntelliVoice. But for this, I'm going to put them all in a line. Now, unfortunately, when I do that, my video signal isn't the best. I have, thanks to Michael Hayes, gotten the JZIN TV working and working great. And I do have this that I ordered, the Ultimate PC interface. So that's great. I can use original Intellivision controllers or my long play controller on the computer and get much better video. But for this, we're testing on original hardware, so you're going to see some RF interference on my gameplay. That's okay. We're just testing to make sure that the game works and everything works in it. We've got Retro Bliss in the chat, and for those of you who don't know of Retro Bliss Gaming, awesome streamer. He streams every day between about 11 and 12. Some days it's a bit off of that. It's not a specific time that he starts, but he streams pretty much every day. And if you're not watching, you're missing out on some good stuff. He was talking about a diner called Skyline yesterday, and I was in the chat, and there was some hilarity that ensued because Phil is an incredibly innocent man, and we love him. But we were talking dirty in the comments, and one of the dishes that he was talking about at Skyliner is a chili dish called a three-way. And he asked me on stream if I had ever had a three-way. And I just said no comment. So you got to be there in his chat for his live streams. They're always fun. It's a good environment, a good group of guys in his community. So I highly encourage, if you're sitting at work and you just want something on the side, pull up Retro Bliss every day. Quite often it makes my day. So we are going to just do some testing. Like I said, I have been testing this all week. So I'm going to throw in an account code that I actually ripped from the end of Papa Pete's video on this when he was promoting it. Just so we can have more money and play around. You're not going to see the greatest gameplay. I was never a huge... I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan. I was never a big fan of the game when I was a kid. I think it's kind of maybe a C or C+ game, but this is definitely the AAA treatment of it. So let's take a look. And you guys can tell me if the audio is good or not. Pick up the phone and call the professionals. Ghostbusters. So, Ghostbusters for professional paranormal investigations and eliminations. We are ready to believe you. Please state your name. Last first. Well, we're not going to do that. We're just going to go MG. Oh, no, clear. MG. G. Audio's good. Thank you, Phil. Do you have an account? Yes, I stole one. Our account number is 03145 300. Valid account? Oh, probably because it's the wrong name. Okay, we'll just play the regular game. Alright. MGG. It's in the game. No, I do not have an account. I can't get that free money. Welcome to your new business. The banks will advance you $10,000. Use it wisely. Good luck. So we've got our 10 grand in the top there. We can decide what car we want. We can get the compact. We can get the hearse, which is kind of the classic station wagon, or we can get the high performance. But we're just going to go with the hearse. Bye. Now, we are going to definitely want that ghost vacuum. Let's grab 4 traps. We cannot afford the portable laser confinement system. That, if you're coming back and looping through the game, you get that account number and you can raise your funds that way, and that way you can buy the better cars, you can buy the better equipment, but we can't afford all of that quite yet. The PK energy detector is pretty good. It lets you know when ghosts are about to appear at a house so that you don't miss them. And I think probably, do we even care about the ghost bait? Not really. Image intensifier. Sure. Don't need a marshmallow sensor. Hey Luke, how's it going? We're just doing some testing of the physical Ghostbusters Ultimate Edition cartridges. Those ghosts are not gonna bust themselves. We owe the bank $10,000. We're probably not going to get more than that this game. I'm actually, like I said, I was never a big fan of the original Ghostbusters game. It's okay. Like I said, it's like a C+, but this is a AAA treatment of it. No ghosts yet? Okay, call my buddy in. Oh, no, come on, get in there. Got him. Ghostbusters! Bye-bye. So running over these ghosts here while you're waiting for some paranormal activity will slow them down, and will slow the speed at which that PK meter in the top right goes up. So once that hits a certain level, Zool arrives and you have to finish the game. So I've got my ghost vacuum for some extra money here. Same annoying voice. Yep, I am the voice of this game. And I understand that I don't have the soothed vocal cords of a Bill Murray or any of those guys. Oh, that was dumb. I double tapped it. I feel so funky. If you are interested in voices for Intellivision games, I think it was 2 weeks ago I was on the Intellivision Gamers weekly show with William Muller and Carlos Madruga talking about voices in games and how that's done. Feel free to go check that out. We cross the streams. Yeah, the music is very good. And the graphics are great. Like I said, AAA treatment, for sure. So now, because we blew up our packs, we have to go back to Ghostbusters headquarters. And the great thing about game testing is you don't have to be... I mean, it helps if you're good at the game, but you want to test the bad things too. You want to make sure everything works. So I remember when I was game testing Miner 2049er for the Intellivision, like I had to go to every platform and walk off. It's so annoying. But there was a couple levels where places where you're supposed to be able to fall off, you couldn't fall off. And so... Get in there. There we go. Oh, I missed him.
Are you okay?
Yes, I did a video on it as well for Audacity. At least the part of it that that's converting the voice to be ready to be imported into an Intellivision game. So, by all means, check that out as well. Where's the paranormal activity? There it is. Nope, I let that ghost pass by. Neighborhood. Who you gonna go? Likes gaming gala. So... Luke was in the chat here. Luke's from the Vancouver area. You cheering for the Canucks? Vancouver Canucks beat Nashville to advance to the second round. I am hoping that my Toronto Maple Leafs do that against Boston tonight. I'm not overly optimistic about that.
You slimed me.
Yeah, don't quit my day job. I know. Oh, I got no men. I gotta go back to Ghostbusters headquarters. Yeah, this is, like I said, it's not a game that I loved or even particularly liked. I've beaten it on the NES, and how I beat it on the NES, for those who don't know, the NES has a different end boss where you've got to go up these stairs, and it's super annoying because it's like A, B, A, B, A, B. How I was able to beat it, come on, there we go, was I would play the game with the regular D-pad, and then when I got to the stair level, I got my NES Advantage out and just was able to get up the stairs really quick, and then beating Gozer is actually pretty easy, all things considered. So I have beaten this on the NES. If you want to see good gameplay video, Papa Pete is quite good at this game.
Ghostbusters!
And he's got some gameplay video.
We're the Ghostbusters.
We're the Ghostbusters! Swan. Yeah, I have the Master System version of this game. I haven't played it much. Oh, he's outside. No, we crossed the streams. Hey, Albo, how's it going? No energy. Oh yeah, because we blew up our packs. Oh, come on. Be nice, Albo. This is a live stream. Papa Pete's not a bad guy. I've been pretty good. I did some yard work today. Oh, we missed it. And I got a hockey game tonight that I'm gonna watch.
Actual physical contact.
How about you? How have you been? Yeah, it's the Genesis version of Ghostbusters is really good. It's completely different. I like that one a lot. And guilty pleasure for me, I actually like Ghostbusters 2 on the NES. It's not a particularly good game, but I like it a lot more than this. Oh, did I go to the wrong... No, we were too late. Okay, we are not gonna win. The Destructor is coming. Okay, let's go to this one. I'm afraid no ghosts. Yeah, if we win tonight, we play the Panthers, and the Panthers are a intimidating team, that is for sure. They surprised everybody last year, especially the Bruins. I did go to one Leaf game this year. It is super expensive to watch games up here in Toronto. So I'll be watching on TV tonight, because playoff tickets... No way I can afford that.
Anyone home?
Relate to that one, too. So I think we go up to the purple one. Yeah, it's nice to... Phil's got a really good point. It's really nice to think what these systems could have been capable of back in the day. Timing is terrible.
Can you move?
We'll play again after this. There's a marshmallow alert. $4,000 penalty. I'm broke. I've got no money. Let's catch a bloody ghost, come on. Cool screen. That's the first time I've seen that screen. You wouldn't see that screen on Papa Pete's gameplay because he's actually good at the game. Too late. Well, there we go. We've tested successfully that losing the game works. How do I turn $10,000 into zero? Hey.
Ghostbusters!
Okay. G. Try game collecting. I give Phil... Whoops. I give Phil a hard time all the time. Okay, well, I accidentally hit one here. But the problem is now, games like this that I'm not good at, I open myself up to reprisal, which is very well deserved, don't get me wrong, but I should be playing like Contra on the NES, or like games that I'm really good at. Space Invaders. Okay, we're gonna go with the hearse. We're gonna go with this. We're gonna go with this. One traps. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those ghosts aren't gonna bust themselves. Oh, I've been playing terrible. You don't need to tell me how bad I've been playing, Phil. I've caught a few ghosts. When I was playing this not on stream, I did beat the game with a successful thing. This is just kind of more to show that, hey, the complete game did fit on a cart. We're good.
Well, that wasn't such a chore.
Well, that wasn't such a chore. I need a house to flash. This is impressive for the Intellivision. Intellivision was incredibly impressive for the Intellivision, and Dragon's Quest, very impressive for the Intellivision. Top-notch ports for sure. Got him.
Ghostbusters! It's in there.
In there. That's what she said. Phil runs a PG stream, me not so much. I do try to be a family show. I've got friends that watch some of my stuff with their kids, and so I don't want to, like, if I have sworn in a couple episodes, but I beep it out. Not because I personally have anything against swearing, but, you know, you're putting on a show, you want as many people as possible to be able to watch. Like, there have been times I'll be watching something that I really like just on my phone on the couch while my daughter's sitting on the other couch, and they'll drop an F-bomb, and it's like, oh, I missed.
He slimed me.
And it's just like, she's right there, and I'm watching something. I kind of prefer when this is using the actual Intellivision. I've got a lot of stuff plugged into the Intellivision. This uses the ECS expansion module as well as the IntelliVoice. So that's why my gameplay footage has all that RF interference on it. He wouldn't even get in there. I kind of blocked him.
That's great. Actual physical contact.
It's not the best song, but it definitely gets stuck in your head, that is for sure. Ghostbusters. Do I know if the ROM will work with an expansion cart? What do you mean by expansion cart? Oh, come on.
Can you move?
Yeah, with the IntelliVoice, especially like how we do the voices is we just record it and process it until it sounds right. So I've gotten kind of decent at figuring out how I have to say things in order for it to work. I think the NES one, they just sampled something from the movie, whereas for this I voiced all the lines. Backbit, this is JLP. Now, I know that, at least for the Intellivision Collector games, his JLP games do work on the backbit. I don't know for certain that this would. But I do know that it's not available as a ROM right now. People who were part of the campaign did get a digital copy, but I think it is limited. Oh, I pressed the button, come on. There we go.
Ghostbusters! Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Freaky ghost, who you gonna call? It seems that the top button on my controller is a little sticky. The bottom button seems to work a lot better. Okay, if no houses are going to show up, I'm going to drive back to HQ. Oh, ghost. So for those who aren't aware, this is a port of the Commodore 64 version of the game. There is an Atari 2600 one. It's awful. So I'm glad they went with the Commodore 64 version of things. Brian! Brian's here, BD Retro Mods. For those who haven't seen my review this week of Gradius on the ColecoVision, I hate the ColecoVision controllers. I mean, a lot of people hate the Intellivision controllers. I hate the ColecoVision controllers the way that a lot of people hate the Intellivision ones. So, because I'm planning on... Oh, I missed them. Planning on doing more reviews for the ColecoVision, I invested in one of Brian's arcade sticks for the ColecoVision, and it is awesome. It makes it so much more playable. So if you're looking to upgrade, he does controllers for the ColecoVision. He's got an Intellivision one. Now granted, it doesn't do everything. Intellivision is difficult to make a controller for because of the 16 direction stick. But for certain games, it works great. He does 7800, 2600, all different types of controllers. He's got an Asteroids controller. Retro Bliss Gaming here is going to put his kids through college with the fact that he buys like everything that Brian makes because he likes it so much. And I can see why. His Coleco controller is excellent. No! He moved right when I shot him!
Are you okay?
Are we gonna lose another? We're gonna lose another, aren't we? We gotta go back to HQ. I assure you, I did beat this earlier this week. Someone brought a cougar to the party. It's on the loose. I like cougars. Yes, I love the ColecoVision as a system, just that controller is so awful.
Ghostbusters!
So, yes, my enjoyment of the ColecoVision has increased 20-fold. No!
He slimed me.
But as you can see, like, everything on this is working. They were able to do their magic to fit this on a cart.
Were we too late?
We were too late. The destructor is coming. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Anyone home?
What was I gonna say? Yeah, they were talking about. There's talk about making carts with more space, and I'd like to. They were saying, well, maybe. Oh, he's pushing houses. It's because I'm not doing well. And I think that's a great idea. They were talking 500K or even a meg. I think the difference in cost between a 500K and a meg is probably pretty negligible. So go with the meg. And then we can have some mega games in the future. That would be really cool. My wrist is hurting.
That's great! Actual physical contact!
We're in trouble. We're probably don't know how far on the horizon that 1 meg cart will be. Yeah, back to HQ.
Why did we come here again?
It was flashing. Got him.
Ghostbusters!
I hurt my hand earlier this week. It's really bugging me. I've got arthritis in all my knuckles. I used to fight a lot as a kid. And I boxed. And so I've got arthritis in both my hands and my left knee. My left hand has been acting up lately. It is not affecting my gameplay. I just suck this bad, but it is making the gameplay more painful than you're seeing.
Can you move?
Especially with the stiff buttons on the Intellivision 2 controller. It's not very nice. Actually, I should use my long play controller. Why don't I do that?
Are we too late?
Yeah, let's get that. That would help. For sure. May not help my gameplay, but it'll help my hand. Yeah, I know, I suck. So, using the Kote Gamers long play controller. Clicky buttons. Clicky buttons are nice. M, G, G, enter. Done. Okay, so we'll get the PK energy here. Image intensifier. Get the traps. There we go. And come on, get over the trap, please. There.
Ghostbusters! Ah, a non-terminal repeating phantasm.
I like the lines that they chose for. Maybe the Kote Gamer stick isn't. It's not the best for getting in these. There we go. I'm getting a little better at it. Over here. Nope, Oh, for crying out loud. Get in there. Come on.
I
It's moving
feel
too
so
fast.
funky.
So you watch my videos for professional opinions on homebrew games. You watch my live streams to watch me suck at them. Hey, ugh.
Are you okay?
NES one's a bit easier to kind of funnel them over because they won't go through your beams. Here they kind of go through your beams a bit. Get in! Gosh darn it. Okay, Kote Gamer Stick. Not very good for Ghostbusters. They have no men. This guy's one there. I guess he's the one driving. How embarrassing is it that I go live with this and I'm not going to beat the game? This is not a hard game to beat. I have beaten it. Phil, I feel your pain. I'd like to say that means I'm going to be nicer in your live streams. It's probably not true, though. I come from a very big family. We're a family of 8. And we are all constantly razzing each other. And in my family, you don't have to worry until somebody stops teasing you, because that means they're no longer comfortable talking to you. Well, try spelling world a third time, that'll work. There you go. Oh,
He slimed me.
I don't know, is this worse than my... Get in there! My DK arcade gameplay? I did manage to get it to the 4th stage on that one. Not 4 stages in is impressive, but... This is the Intellivision, actually. This is not the 7800, but... The Intellivision with the ECS and the IntelliVoice and some awesome, Phil. Gotcha. It can look really, really good in the right hands and with the right ROM size. For sure. Is it a powerhouse? No. ColecoVision, even with all this upgrades, the base ColecoVision is more powerful in every way, but that doesn't mean that in the right hands the Intellivision can't sing.
Ghostbusters!
autocorrect never works in Bustin' makes me feel good. Now let's go to the purple one because we know that Ghost's still gonna be there. For games like Ninja Odyssey, I really like this controller. TNT Cowboy. This one, despite the fact that it hurt my hand, I think I prefer the original Intellivision controller for this one. And like I was talking about earlier with Brian's arcade stick, that's the big problem with Intellivision. It's really hard to get like a perfect thing. I saw on Casey's show, and he showed it to me at Portland. Somebody's making like a analog Genesis pad that you can use as an Intellivision controller, which is cool, but again, it doesn't have the number pad. Like, nothing that's come out is perfect. Intellivision had the power of 2 milk... Come on, 3 milk jugs at least. But yes, this is the Intellivision. The homebrew community has done some really, really damn cool things with these old systems. It's like what Champ Games does for the 2600. It's impressive, even if my gameplay isn't.
Can you move?
Yeah. And I could see, like, for this right here, a 4-way stick would be perfect. Because, like, my controller, I'm pressing sideways. It takes forever and a day to get it perfect to get into that street. Brian has a good 8-way controller. I would say that for the most part, homebrews would be good with that. Something like Pac-Man, you want a 4-way controller. Yeah, I was too late because I couldn't get down the alleyway. But, yeah, it's not perfect unless you can get a 16-way joystick. Got it.
Ghostbusters! It's in there.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts.
I feel so funky.
The Destructor is coming. Yes, Brian can make them as a 4-way controller, but again, like for a 4-way controller, there's what, like 5-6 games that would work perfect for. And so, you know, if you're looking for alternatives to an original Intellivision controller, you're probably going to have a stack, because nothing, at least so far, is perfect. It'd be great if somebody came up with something that had a proper 16-direction thing and was laid out a little nicer than an Intellivision controller. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind an Intellivision controller. Got 'em.
Ghostbusters!
But a lot of people hate it, and I can understand why they hate it. Gotcha.
Ghostbusters! We're the Ghostbusters!
Oh! This is how I lose all my money. He stomps on a city. I had some money, and now I got $300. The bank's gonna foreclose on me, and the city is doomed.
Ghostbusters! Your sliding days are over.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass. Suck in the guts, boys. We're the Ghostbusters. I relate to that one a lot.
Ghostbusters! We got it!
We gotta go charge our backpacks. We're approaching Judgment Day. Judge not, lest ye be judged. I'm afraid no ghosts. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, just missed him. He was right at the top.
Are you okay?
The Intellivision 1 controller I like a lot more than the Intellivision 2 controller. The Intellivision 2 controller has buttons that just dig into you. It has the it has the bad number pad that you can't really feel where you are. Like I said, I totally understand why a lot of people hate the Intellivision controller. I sympathize, and I feel the same way about the ColecoVision controller. I really don't like that one. The reason I don't like the ColecoVision, at least with the Intellivision, the disc is at the bottom so it anchors into your hand. But for the ColecoVision, you've got a stiff joystick at the top of the controller, and it always feels, no, I'm gonna lose all my money again. It always feels like it's trying to pull out of your hand. $4,000 penalty. Come on. Come on. Oh, no, there's not going to be anybody here. The red barely makes the blood red. Well, thankfully, there all are alternatives, but like I said, there is no perfect alternative. Maybe in the next couple of years we get something. Because I think that would make television a lot more approachable for people. Yeah, we lost again. Well, guys, the big purpose of this was to show, hey, it's on a cart and it works. I have been testing it all week. Let's turn this off. I have been testing it all week. The game does work. The game does fit. I am going to contact the dev team today and tell them your carts are good. The ROM works. You can start releasing them. So if you were part of that campaign, I imagine that's going to be coming sooner rather than later. I will get my stickers from them afterwards. And just to... Oh, there we go. I was actually playing a cart. Yeah, know when to say when. I gotta tap out of this one. And watch, I'll go off stream, I'll play it, and I'll beat it. Not with a great score or like really high thing, but at least I'll be able to get to that to Gozer and beat the game. Which I assure you I have done before. It is a far easier game than I made it look here on stream, but I'm also trying to look at chat. It's like Phil says, it's live streaming. almost never going to see your best gameplay unless you are absolutely focused. So yeah, it's the old commercials with George Plimpton. As you can see here, Intellivision is clearly superior. And from a lot of perspectives, it was. From a game library perspective, it wasn't. And especially at that point in time, the simplicity of the 2600 um, was a big reason for its success. Um, but I do like the fact, and I want to coin that. I want other people to use that. So you've heard of Tower of Power. Here, actually, I'm going to unplug this, so that I can actually show you. Because I'm not playing the game now. But the Sega Tower of Power. So you got your Sega CD with your Genesis on top, and then on top of that, the 32X. This is the Intellivision Lane of Pain. Okay, so we've got the Intellivision 2 with the ECS plugged in and the IntelliVoice plugged into that. So that's the Lane of Pain. Um, it would be really nice if somebody would make an FPGA Intellivision, which I know there's a lot of things getting in the way of that. Um, that incorporated the ECS, that incorporated the IntelliVoice. That would be cool. Um, yeah, Home Run at least has an AI. That's true. Um, the Intellivision, there are some games on it that I absolutely love. There are games on it that are far superior than their 2600 versions. Tron, Deadly Discs, Burger Time. Um, but I honestly, I've said it before on my channel, I'll say it again. The reason to own it in television today in 2024 is the homebrew games. Um, you want a good Donkey Kong, you got DK Arcade. Speaking of which, there are still only 2 entrants to win this free copy, sealed copy of DK Arcade for the Intellivision. If you want your name entered in that, I did my 3,000 subscriber live stream. Just go into the comments of that video and type DK Arcade, and you will be entered into that draw. That draw will be coming on my live stream next week. I've also gotten a email from Spencer that he's going to donate some copies of the Game Boy game Diabeater for me to give away. And we will probably do some of that next week as well. I will be live streaming next week. I might, it depends, I might tomorrow live stream the 9 entrants for the Intellivision Inti Basic contest. I think that would be fun to do. I haven't done much talking about it. It's a competition on the Atari Age forums for people. We're just programming quick, small games and programs for the Intellivision. And I've downloaded them all. I can put them on a flash card, or I can load them into JZIN TV and play those just so you can see. And then hopefully go vote for one that you like. I know Brian's Man Cave did Miss Paku Paku. Michael Hayes has an entry. I believe Harvey Decline has an entry as well. So that's really cool. But as I was saying before, yeah, games like this, games like TNT Cowboy, Pandora Incident, Operation Cloudfire, Ninja Odyssey, that's the reason to own a Intellivision today. They've done so much with it. At the time, like OG Intellivision, there are definitely some good games. Anybody that tells you, oh, original Intellivision games are crap, it's not true. There are a lot of good games on the original Intellivision, but the fact of the matter is the original library was 125 games, and especially of that era, 50% of them aren't going to be great. 50% of Atari 2600 games aren't great. But that doesn't mean that there aren't absolute classics that I love, love, love. But if you want to get into the Intellivision, you definitely want to get yourself a flash card of some sort, a backbit or an LTO flash. Lots of ROMs. I did a video on the Intellivision homebrew community that you can download to a flash card or play in emulation. There are some absolutely fantastic games out there for sure. And if you're nuts like me and you want to get the complete in-box copies, that is available for you. All revenge is good revenge except for Cluster's Revenge, which I believe you meant Custer's Revenge, or you were just being PG. Yeah, I've got all those games. I've got a lot of them complete in box. I think I'm missing maybe 2 or 3 of them, including, for porn games, Double Enders. But it's yeah, it's a system that I love. It is the system. It didn't introduce me to homebrew, but it was the first system that really, really got me into homebrew. My first homebrew, I think, was Super Mario World Dinosaur Land 2. And I got a card of that for the Super Nintendo, and it was fantastic. But for something like the Intellivision, where I have no nostalgia for it, I didn't have one as a kid, it just made this system worth playing for me. Not that the original library isn't worth playing, but there is a huge, huge bump from where it was and where they've brought it now. So I appreciate all those guys that program games for the Intellivision and help feed my hobby and empty my bank account. So that was Ghostbusters Ultimate Edition. Just taking a quick look at it. Physical cart. The carts are good, so I will be letting them know, and hopefully those will be going out to contributors sooner rather than later. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. I might be back on tomorrow, maybe not, we'll see. But have a great weekend, and for tonight, fingers crossed, go